Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Wednesday night, so you know exactly what time it is. It is time for AWW Talk. I'm Professor Ron Pettingale. Unfortunately, no Crusher. Sad. Tear fall from my eye. I love you, Crusher. I hope you're okay. Anyhow, let's get right into it because, as Crusher would say, the show must go on. I'm bringing in our World Heavyweight Champion as our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your reigning, defending, undisputed AWW World Heavyweight Champion, Snacks Demand.
Hello, AWW Universe. How we doing tonight, guys? How are you? I'm doing my best to fill in for Crusher. And I know you have your champions here once again. I know you happy to hear your champ's voice. How you doing tonight, Pettingill?
I'm doing wonderful. It is a pleasure to see you, sir. And how swaggy you look this evening.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to just behind the desk stuff. You know, once you become big time, you gotta put your hands on everything. Next thing you know, I start booking the shows backstage. You know.
I mean, as successful as you've been, I don't doubt that that could be happening anytime soon. Um, we're going to talk about the matches tonight. We're going to get a little bit of a different perspective on this tonight. We're going to get the champions' perspective on this tonight. Where Snacks, I'm going to let you tell me who you think you would want to see come out in these final outcomes of these matches as we go through and roll along. We have 5 matches for you this evening. First, we're going to go and we're going to see Dudesky go one-on-one with Andy Random Hero.
So I had the pleasure of getting this AWW championship off of Dudesky, and he doesn't. I don't want to discredit Dudesky because he was a former AWW World Champion, but he doesn't have what it takes. I believe. I feel like he is. I feel like he needs to go back to the minor league, get some reps in, build up some strength, some core strength or something because he's not that good. If I'm being completely honest with you. I feel like this
I
is going
mean,
to be an easy win for Andy. I feel like it's going to be a real easy win for Andy.
now I agree with you in certain aspects. I feel Dudesky definitely needs to go and hone his craft a bit more. But I will give him the fact that he was in fact an AWW World Champion. Um, he definitely has the skills. I feel he can go the distance. He's just like other wrestlers around here that can't, you know, he won the big one, but how scrutinized was it? Ace was at like maybe a quarter strength when Dudesky came out and cashed in that chest. Uh it's really tough to say, Snacks, but you're the champ here. Obviously, if you see something in someone, you would say it.
Yeah, that's why like I said, I competed against Dusky to win this AWW World Championship on my shoulder right here, and I feel like it was fairly easy. At no point did I really sweat or get nervous. I was going to take the title for him. No offense to Dusky, he can be a better competitor. He just need more time. He just need more reps. He needs more time. He probably needs to challenge more stronger people or tougher opponents to like build up his repertoire.
Words of tips coming from the champ, Dudesky, if you're listening. Moving on to match 2, we're going to see non-title tag team match as TB12 Buzzy and Harry, the World Tag Team Champions, go one-on-one with the Godsman, Shock and Torrance. And again, this will be a non-title contest.
So the Gosman, from what I've been seeing, have had a very hot and cold streak going on recently. I think the last match I seen for them was at the pay per view where they had a double count out. Like neither opponent got back in the ring to finish the match. And this TB12 group, led by a certain individual, they have held this tag titles for a very long time, and I've been scouting them. I've been watching them. I think in the next 2 months, it's time. It might be some new tag team champions on their way in AWW.
Wow.
I've been doing my studying. I've been doing my homework, keeping an eye on TB12 because I feel like the commission. I feel like we need more gold in the group, and I'm targeting TB12. So I'm letting it be known right now. I'm targeting TB12 for those tag team titles. So hopefully, Shock and Banks put a little hurt on them, get maybe rough somebody up a little bit, and weaken them up. For
Hey,
somebody in the commission to take it out to take the titles later.
right you are. Obviously, I know you and the commission are looking towards that tag team title division, and I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here because pays me that money to do that. TB12, one of the best tag teams around in this division. If you did your homework, you would know that these two are a tight unit. And talk about the Godsmen. The Godsmen have had so many iterations elsewhere. Shock and Torrance Banks. What can I say about those two? Those two know each other like the back of their hands. This is going to be a good tag team match. If you're into tag team wrestling, and you know like I do, this is going to be a match to watch. This is going to be the match of the night, in my opinion.
I feel like Banks needs to get more aggressive. He is the big man of the group. He needs to start acting like he needs to start behaving like a heavy more and more. And I think the Godsmen can
Honestly,
easily become tag team champions at some point.
I agree. I believe that Torrance Banks needs to start acting more like he did this past Friday on AWW when he demolished his opponent. Banks had a match this past Friday, and it was really good. He definitely
the match was final, right? You're talking about the match final he had, right?
Yeah, I'm
Torrance
sorry.
Banks, Torrance Banks wrestled final. No, Torrance Banks wrestled final last week. And
yep.
He won. It was his final last week. Yep.
That's correct. And it was a great match. Honestly, it's showing the power of Torrance Banks. And just and I know Final is on this card tonight too, and we'll be talking about him in a short little while. But you mentioned he's the powerhouse of this group, and I agree. Sitting at 375 pounds, of course you're the powerhouse of this group. You're the biggest man in this match. Now, I have to ask you a question. If tomorrow you had to wrestle Torrance Banks, what would be your strategy?
My strategy would to be as attack one of his legs and outlast him because I want to test his stamina. I want to test his gas. See how much he got in the tank. Take him for the long haul.
That's what I was hoping you would say. That is the answer of a champion right there. He wants to test the stamina of the big man. That's always what you do against a big man like that. Good call, Snacks. Good call. I actually like working with you this week rather than the last time you were here.
Appreciate it, Petty Girl. I appreciate it, Petty Girl. You're starting to cool down on me. You're starting to cool down on me
there, sir. Starting to grow on me there, my man. Moving on to match 3, we're gonna see the Iceman go one-on-one with Mark Met Thigpen. And this is gonna be an interesting match. Two men trying to climb up the ranks in AWW. How do you feel about these two?
I've seen some of Iceman's work. Mark is still new to me. I haven't got that much scouting tape on him yet. But I watched a couple of Iceman matches. I think my gut is telling me to go with Iceman.
So Mark Met Thigpen is definitely is someone to watch in this match. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the. I mean, honestly, when he works, it's like watching near perfection. Not quite your perfection, champ, but you understand what I mean by near perfection.
Yes,
this man at one point was the whole leader of a whole faction before that crumbled and fell down. He's trying to get himself back into a point to where he's earning respect again. But he's doing it this time as a singles wrestler, and you have to give him the clap for that one.
Respect that in a man. Once he loses, try to build himself back up.
That's the thing with Met Thigpen. He will keep on trying and trying and trying, and it is a sight to see. And speaking of someone who keeps trying and trying and trying, we're talking about Epic. We're talking about Final. Final's going to go one-on-one with Slotted in match 4.
So I feel Final probably needs a manager. Someone keep his head straight when it's the big time matches. Because Final has all the pieces. He just can't put it together when it's clutch time, as they say in sports. He's not a fourth quarter closer. He doesn't have the ability to when it's time to get the pin or put somebody away. He can't focus on a goal and get it completed. Final will always be the bridesmaid, never the bride, until he gets a manager or somebody on his side for him to get his composure down in the last final minutes of a match to really close it out.
Honestly, champ, I couldn't have said it any better. But wow, you really have done your homework. I'm very impressed with you right now. Very
I know,
impressed with you right now.
I
Maybe they
know
should
y'all
start
think.
calling you the professor.
I know y'all like to think that I'm just a jerk who doesn't like to defend his belt when he wants to. But I studied the sport of wrestling. I studied the competition. I'm not gonna go in there blindly and fight anybody and everybody. I do my research on anybody who can be my opponent, and I study them to the T. Figure out and I try to figure out what makes them tick, what makes them want to excel.
Definitely earned some new respect from me. And here's someone that you're gonna have to defend the title against at some point. The number one contender to your AWW World Championship in the main event. Again, Buttscrew going one-on-one with someone that you're even more familiar with. Cortez.
This match is, as I like to say, I kept preaching research and analytics. This match I will study with heavy scrutiny. Me and Cortez already talked about a game plan I want him to put into play to figure out the weaknesses of Butch Screw, because he's a relatively new and up and coming star. He has the backing of a phenomenal group in TB12, and then he should not be named, so he knows his way around the ring. I see he's been studying, been getting coached up. But I want to test his grit. I want to test his heart. And that's what Cortez is going to do in this match. We're going to see if he can survive in the deep end of the waters. How much Butt Screw got in the tank? Is he mentally ready for is he mentally ready for the main event, a real main event like the pay per view S main event? Is he ready to hang with the big dogs with top talent? Because as you know, Cortez was the former Twitch champion for AWW. And at our other promotion, the CSX, he is a two-time CSX world champion. So Cortez is elite level, top card level talent. Then Cortez is going to put Butch Group. He's going to take him to the deep end. He's going to take him to the deep end this Friday.
That's a match. This is a match I'm interested in seeing. One of the hottest rising stars in all of AWW today. It's Buttscrew. Buttscrew. I mean, and how do you feel? I gotta ask. I know you're talking about being in the building Friday night. Are you trying to get an up close and personal seat to this main event, or are you gonna chill and do your thing?
I'm gonna hang
Because
out in the back. I'm not gonna put too much heat on the match and try to sit ringside or at the announce table. I don't need that close of a view. I believe Cortez. I trust Cortez. I believe Cortez will pick up a win. It'll be hard for a win, but I believe Cortez will pick up the win. But it's just a scouting report. This is a scouting report completely for me to look at Butch Screw, the number one contender to my AWW championship.
all right. So here comes the part of the night that ah I mean, I enjoy. It's now where I get to ask you questions. So
I am ready. I am ready.
here is the one question, and I'm going to try to be as respectful about this as I possibly can. Because again, we've had a good night tonight. I'm not trying to sour that. But snacks. What's the story? Are you and what's up with you and Mute? What's up there?
I have nothing with that guy. I never met him. I spoke to him. That's when he showed up last 2 weeks ago in my match. I was shocked, but I don't know what beef he has with Ace. But he has no beef with me. I have no beef with him. Never shook his hand or spoke to that man. I have no connection. I have no ties to him whatsoever.
Understood. I just needed to ask that question to start because that's been the most tweeted and emailed question at me since you've been on our show. And I was asked if you ever came on, I had to ask that to you again. Now going forward, now that that's been settled and the air is clear, you have been the world heavyweight champion now going on almost 5 months.
Yes, I have.
And it is an amazing feeling when you see someone cross that 180, almost 180 day threshold. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Now, knowing Buttscrew won the number one contendership and you're set to face him soon. I know you said you're having Cortez go in there and scout him out a little bit. You and Tezzy are friends. I get that. You know, that's cool. You know, at least this isn't going to be a 2-on-1 or something shifty like that. You've proven yourself to be exactly what I've been trying to tell everyone you aren't. And I apologize. I also brought you here to apologize to you myself because I might be wrong about you, sir. You might be the champion that we want around here.
Oh, that is very big of you, Mr. Penningill. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm a professional, and as a professional, I felt that needed to be said. You are our world heavyweight champion, whether anybody likes it or not. Whether what you did or what you didn't do, that's beyond that. Last bit for you here, Snacks, and this one's gonna be all you. Screw if he was sitting in front of you right now. You guys are signing that contract for that world heavyweight championship. What exactly do you have to say to him before you guys get into that ring?
Mr. Butchkrew, young man, I respect that you were a soldier. I respect that you served this country. I I am going to put you to the ringer. I need you to understand that. You've done the country. You probably went through vigorous training overseas. But I'm letting you know, in my life, I have been accosted, assaulted, harassed every day since I was the age of 14 by grown men. So my psyche is way stronger than yours, sir. And I believe with all my I am going to wear you out. You're gonna this is gonna be a fight that this is gonna be a fight you never had in your life ever. I'm letting you know that right now. I hope you're a strong man. Hope you're a tough man, and you better bring it. You better bring it, sir.
I know I said I wasn't going to ask you another question, but I feel like I should. It seems like the coalition in TB12 is going to come to a head at any point. You and your boys ready to fight that off?
Me and my boys are more than ready to handle anything that gets thrown at us. I feel like TB12 has reigned in AWW for a real long time, and they haven't had any real challenges. So they kind of rested on their lawyers. They finally get some challenge, and it seems to be always complaints that now they get challenged and they can't just stomp people out, and they're having a struggle against competition. This is what we came. This is what we came to do. We came to ruffle feathers. Came to shake it up. That's why Wolf brought me and Cortez in to ruffle some feathers, get people back, to get people working again, get people trying hard. People were relaxed. They thought it was easy. They started relaxing. Mr. Wolf brought me and the commission in to apply that pressure, and we're gonna see if they can handle it. Because pressure bursts pipes.
I, for one, am excited to see that, and this has been a whole pleasant experience for me, sir. It has been a pleasure having you sit here and call all this with me.
This has been fun, Pangale. This is good. This is a good show.
Pleasant experience. I have a whole new respect for you now.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Pangale. I have respect for you too. I realize you can be a professional.
I can.
I realize you can be a professional and you understand things, Professor. There's a reason why you got that name. I see it now.
Well, there's the reason why you're the world champion, and I see that now because there's no like nothing you wouldn't do, and how that it shows how important that championships means to you because of how well you talked about our number one contender here tonight. The respect that you seem to show, it speaks leaps and bounds.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Last time we had a world heavyweight champion, it was F this, F that, A smash, and honestly, embarrassing.
I heard this is what I heard. This is what I heard about your last world champion. This is what I heard. Came to shake things up a little bit, you know? That's why Wolf brought us in. Wolf knew we could bring in pressure and change the landscape of AWW. That's why he brought us in.
Excited for that. Excited to see more from you in the coalition. But for now, I'm Ron Pettingale, joined by our reigning, defending, undisputed world champion, Snacks the Man. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
See you guys on Friday. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.